What's going on, guys? It's Sovizia here, back with another video, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing a whole entire overview about the Logitech G app. I already made a YouTube video before about the Logitech G app, but that only went over the unique lightings of your keyboard and mouse. Today, I'm going to be going over all the different types of features that are within the application. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing you obviously want to do is actually download the application. I'll leave a link in the description to this exact website so that you can download the correct app. Now, you'll see what platform you want. So if you're on Windows, you're going to download for Windows, and if you're on Mac OS, you're going to click download for Mac OS. Once you've gone through the installations and download process, you can open up the application. You may or not see the keyboard or mouse. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you're having any issues with the downloading, installing, or getting your keyboard and mouse set up. Now, once you have that in, you also want to make sure that you have your keyboard and mouse both plugged in, even if you have a Bluetooth device. The reason I'm saying this is that it might not pop up as your devices. As you can see right here, my mouse is showing up and my keyboard is showing up. My mouse is a G903 light speed, and my keyboard is a G915. So those are that's my keyboard and mouse for the Logitech part. So you really want to have your keyboard and mouse plugged in so that the Logitech G app can detect it through your keyboard so that it shows up here. Now, before you start off by changing the lighting effects or whatever assignments you have for your keyboard or mouse or devices that you have, you also very want to do the firmware update installation. Now, you probably have a pop-up below your device, like below here. Mine says 100% because I barely even unplug it. Right here, you'll probably see firmware update. You just want to click on that, go through the process. Again, tell me down below in the comment section below if you're having any issues through the update installation or firmware update. Now, once you have the firmware update installed and completed, then you'll be able to go into the different features of changing your device features. If you go to the keyboard, we're going to be going over the keyboard for now. We're going to go over to the mouse and different assignments and different features later on. So mine is on freestyle right now. As you can see, I have half blue and half pink. I'm going to go over the presets, then the freestyle, then animations. Let's go over the presets first. So right now, this is what off looks like. This is literally nothing. Right now, if you're probably just installed it, then it might just be on fixed with a default color of light blue. So it might just be a different color for you as well. Fixed, you can change anything through the color wheel. As you can see right here, it's changing on my keyboard right now as well. You can change it to whatever you want. Black is basically off, but yeah, you have the whole entire rainbow here to pick from, and that's pretty much fixed. Now let's go over the cycle. Cycle is an effect where it changes through the colors and basically cycles through the colors on your keyboard. It doesn't have any effects with the individual keys. It goes through the whole entire keyboard, as you can see right here. For the rates, you can change the rate of each wave. So if you go a little bit slower, then the cycle will be a bit slower and taking its time on each and every single color that is cycling through. So for example, if I go super fast, right over here, you can see that it is going super duper fast. That is cycling through each and every color very fast. You can also adjust the brightness. I suggest 100% brightness so you can see your keyboard light up. Next effect is going to be color wave. It has a good amount of options here. Same thing with rate. You can change the rate of it waving through. As you can see right here, each color is going from the left to the right as default. That's horizontal. If you go to vertical, that I believe this is going from down to up or up to down, depending on how you perceive it. Also right here is reverse vertical, so that's going either up to down or down to up. I think this is going to down to up, and then the vertical is going up to down. So that's how it's going to be. You can also go down to up instead of vertically. You can go horizontally and everything else. You can also go center out and center in. There's also reverse horizontal. Instead of going left to right as the color wave, you can go right to left. You can also go center out, which means the color wave starts at the center and then goes out to the edges. Now you can also go ahead and do center in, so all your color waves go to the center and get smashed in Now onto the next effect, which is going to be breathing. Now this breathing effect is actually going to be blinking. Basically, it really depends on how much you put the rate on. This is basically on, off, on, off, on, off. I find this one not that cool and interesting and pretty disturbing as well. All up to you though. You can change the color of what you want it to be breathing. But yes, that's pretty much it. That's the rate, the color, and the brightness. I suggest 100% brightness. Now onto the next effect, which is going to be ripple. The ripple effect is one of the coolest effects. Background color, I suggest doing any color you want in the whole entire spectrum. I suggest instead of doing a bright color of red, I suggest doing a darker color of whatever color. Say you like blue, and instead of doing the blue, you would go down over here closer to the black, so that whenever you click on the keyboard, now as again it may not show up right here, but on your keyboard when you click, it sends a ripple effect through the whole entire keyboard, making every single other key that you pressed, making it light up into a wave. So if you just like spam that button, then everything will go into a rainbow type of thing. You can even do the rate of each every ripple. Now you can't really see what that looks like. I suggest trying it for yourself. Echo press is another type of ripple effect. This is very cool. When you press the letter, it actually lights up for that split second. As you can see right here, as I'm typing on my keyboard, as I'm clicking randomly on the keyboard, it is lighting up right over here. You can also change the background color to like black if you did, and then you actually light up the keyboard right here so that it is actually just lighting up from 0 like that. Pretty cool. And you also change the speed of it going away and going out, which is also very cool. You can also change the speed of like very low so that it actually stays lit for a good amount of time. The next effect is going to be audio visualizer. I believe that you'll need to be having audio in the background so that you can, whenever there's audio in the background, it would actually go ahead and play colors. Screen sampler and Starlight. You might not have Starlight or Screen sampler if you don't have it. Starlight is more, I think, you might not have Starlight. You might do. I think I've actually installed this one through the see newest lighting effects. You might not have this. This might be not 100% sure, but yeah, you can go through the options of this as well. Now onto the freestyle. Here I'm using freestyle for now because I like mine half blue and half purple. This is because I want to match my wallpaper right here from Wallpaper Engine. This is like very cool blue and purple for my wallpaper, which I really like to have match my keyboard. So if you do right here and you go to color brush, and if you just select any color, you could go ahead and change the G keys if you wanted to white, just like that. And right now on my keyboard, it changed to white. Now if you don't like that, then you can go to the exact color like here and go to the hex code, double click it, Control C to copy it, go to the color brush now, select this hex code area, and Control V. Now it gets the same exact blue. Now I'm just going to select that. Perfect. Now you can also play around with this and go whatever colors you want, and quick colors, WSD, WASD, numbers, F keys, G keys, modifier, arrow keys, and logo. This is my setup right now. You can go through, I'll go through my colors real quick. You can pause the video if you'd like to go through my colors right here. If you are, if you really like the colors that I have right now, here are all my colors. I do not use red. I believe this is a type of glitch. The 4 keys are the arrow keys. I do not use any red. That's probably a type of glitch. But anyway, into the animations. Animations is where you'll see your newest lighting effects. So if you were going to go down here to the bottom left, see newest lighting effects, and if you're going to click that, then you will able to see all the different types of effects people have made. You just want to go over here into the search bar and just search whatever keyboard you have. So if you click G915, if you type that in and click enter, then it'll show all the different types of keyboards that it will show for that certain keyboard. You can now, once you downloaded that, you would go back into here, go to animations, go to effect, and then here are all the downloaded ones that you have. You can also change the speed and cycle or whatever types of options that download consists of and gives you permission of changing. Now let's go on to the mouse for lighting effects, and then we'll go into the assignments and so on. So over here, it is very, very simple. You have the cycle and the breathing just like normal. You can change the color, and you also sync lighting zones so that if you sync lighting zones or sync lighting options, then now sync it so that this blue is going to make a solid blue on the keyboard as well. This is very nice so that you don't have to go back and forth, back and forth. This is another thing that you should keep in mind. On the logo, same exact thing, is you have the logo right here and the primary. So let's go on to the keyboard and go to assignments. Here are the commands. You can change each and every command of each and every key to do something else. So here, G1 through G5, right now all these keys are consisting of F5 keys, F1 through F5. Here, these keys right here, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. These G keys are extra keys that do the same exact thing. So you can actually have 3 modes so that you can actually change the mode and do like a second mode of where the F1 is actually using the default or something else. You can actually disable the keys as well. There's 3 modes so that you have 3 different ways of disabling all the keys or enabling all the keys or so on and so on. So I'm going to kiss down mode 1 because all of them are the same anyway. So here are all the different types of things that you can change of. Right here, left Windows plus G opens game bar, and all you want to do is actually say I want to open a text view or anything like that, or say you want to do something and you just want to click and drag it onto the key that you would wish to make that command happen. So left Windows plus G actually opens up the game bar, since then that'll open that. The lock PC, I'm not going to try that right now, but if you wanted to open the file explorer, that's actually left Windows plus E. That actually opens the file explorer. So if you wanted to not do that, and you want to just do that for F2, now when you click F2 or G2 on your keyboard, that would actually open file explorer. Very, very cool, and how you can actually do that. Now, if you want to get rid of this, you can actually click disable. That disables the whole entire key. But if you want to, you could just click it again and click use default. That goes back to the original keyboard. So that's not the commands. Let's go over the keys now. Now, you can actually go over here to the keys and everything right here. You can actually click O, so that whenever you click G5, you go to, and it automatically clicks that. Very, very cool how you can change each and every key. Each and every function key to basically doing something else as a command. So that's all the keys. The actions, you can actually open a certain application with that, which is very cool. Macros, I'll explain that later. System, actually, here's the system. You can go primary click. You can make G5 your primary click, which is your left click on your mouse, so that when you click a button on your keyboard, that actually registers as a click on your keyboard, on your mouse. So that could actually potentially change your mouse option of left clicking. So your left click might not work, though it could also make it so you have 2 buttons to click to left click. That could also be very helpful if you wanted to click very fast in whatever situation you have. Very, very cool. Again, click and drag. Hold left click, and then drag it with your mouse to whatever key you desire to reorganize. Here's macros. I'm going to be going over this as well. The best way to do macros is, I really like it when it's the mouse. That's very more simple. I'll go over the mouse area first with the macros, and then come back to the keyboard for the macros. Let's go over to the mouse options as well. So if you go to the mouse assignments, again, you have the commands. You can go over here and change each and everything. Very, very advanced and cool. If you go over to keys, you can actually change the keys and whatever button you want to click with the mouse. You go to the actions, so on and so on in system. You can actually do primary click. As you can see, it's already primary click. And warning, you unassigned your primary click. Do you want to keep the changes? If you click keep, then that does it. Because since your primary click is so important, it is warning you that you are changing your actual primary click. So if you want to do that, click use default. And that's how you reset it. Everything. You can even disable your primary click, which I suggest not doing because that is actually kind of weird. Now onto the macros. So if you ever wondered how people in Fortnite actually do macros, I'm going to be teaching you that today, as well as a video inside of a video actually. So what you want to do is actually create a new macro And by the way, I suggest not using this in public matches because you actually can get banned by the watchdog. If you know what a watchdog is, it's actually like a type of robot that actually goes through each and every match trying to find any hackers that are using the game, using any options that make the game unfair to beat in a game. So I suggest only using this like in creative by yourself. Even anything queued up with other people can get you banned or even warned or anything. I suggest just not using that this much. But here's how to do it. So you can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it Fortnite Macro, and then you want to click enter. And then over here, you'll see no repeat, repeat while holding, toggle, and sequence. Now, I suggest doing repeat while holding, that when you hold the button, it automatically edits. Now, over here, toggle, you can even click a button and it keeps editing. I suggest repeat while holding. Now, over here, if you click start now, and then you'll see record keystrokes. Now, my current editing button is actually F, and I also have another one where it is J to actually select the edit, and then F again to close it, So, because when you edit, it's when you click F to edit, or whatever key you edit, and then you left click to select it, or whatever button you use to select it, and then you click it again to confirm, unless you have edit on release, confirm edit on release. So anyways, I don't have that on, so I'm going to have to do it independently and do this. So I'm going to click F, so that's to opening it, so it's automatically opening it. And then I'm going to click J, so it's going to click the edit button and then select the edit button. And then now once you have selected that edit button, then it is going to actually save it. Then now you're actually going to click the edit button and select edit, and then you want to confirm it by clicking F again. Those are my keybinds. I don't know what keybinds you have, but you just want to do it however you are doing it with your current Fortnite keybinds. Now I'm just going to click stop recording. Now it's always going to go FJF. Now it's going to repeat while holding, so it's always going to do that. Now if you see use standard delays, it's going to be 50 milliseconds or however time you use between that time. I suggest using it only around 0.3 or so, or 0, or don't do 1 actually. Do not do 0, it's too much. If you do just 3 milliseconds, that will be okay. 0 sometimes, 0 or 1 or 2, that's sometimes a bit more fast, which actually wouldn't actually register because you're actually going super fast. Then you want to do is click save, and Fortnite macro is right here. Now that macro is whenever you're going to, now all you want to do is actually going to click it and drag it to whatever thing you want. Now over here, I'm going to select it to the middle click. So whenever I middle click, whenever I'm middle clicking on my mouse, it is always going to do FJF, right? So if I was to go into Google Chrome and go to a new tab and click it, as you can see, every time I middle click, it is automatically saying FJ. Even when I spam middle click, it is actually doing that. Even if I hold middle click, it is automatically doing JF, which is my editing thing. So now, whenever I want to macro, all I have to do is hold the middle click. Now, I already did this for the keyboard, so I'm not going to do this again. I don't use it that much at all because, you can get banned and that's not very fun. So anyway, but that is actually how you create macros for any other type of game, which is very, very cool. Now I'm going to talk about per profile configuration. If you go into a keyboard and then you'll see persistent configuration, you'll see all these different types of options. Now, if you're wondering how you can add a different configuration to your keyboard or mouse, what you would do is active profile up here. It'll probably be around desktop. If you click it, you can see all the different types of things that you have installed, all the different types of games, applications that you are running your keyboard and mouse on. If you want to actually add a game or application, it would actually take you to a different type of folder, and you can actually select it of what types of file you want. And you can also do here and actually create a whole new game. Very, very cool. You can even assign macros for selected apps so that it only works in Fortnite. But you can also do the thing where you go to keyboard, and as you see, if I go to macros, I do have the other thing. But if I go over here to, as you can see, I have no macros. But if I was to go to Fortnite, it would be edit macros, and I have it to my G5, which is actually going to be, if I select this, it is FF JJ, FF, JJ, with 5 milliseconds in between. I do milliseconds because 5 milliseconds because I also have a big length of time doing FJ, 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 which is very, very cool. I assigned it to my G5 and I set the per profile configuration to Fortnite, so it only works on Fortnite. So whenever I open Fortnite, it will only work for that. So that when I'm in desktop mode, it doesn't have that macro there. So that now I can hit the G5 button on the desktop or any other application that I'm using without messing up my work or whatever I'm doing, which is very, very cool. Now that is macros and assignments for you. There's also game mode. You can also disable certain buttons for game mode. For example, say you didn't want your Windows button to work on game mode. Say you accidentally click the Windows button when you're trying to click Alt. For example, on Fortnite, my open inventory thing to hold it is actually Alt. So doing the Windows button is very, very cool because then if you accidentally click the Windows button, then that won't mess you up in game mode. To actually enable it, it will be actually this button up here on the top right. It might be different for different types of keyboards, but for the G915, it will be right up here. You want to click that and it'll open enable game mode. If you have that on, as you can see, it disables the left Windows button, right Windows button, and this area right here, all the different types of buttons that you would not use in a game. Very, very cool. Now that pretty much covers all the different options that you have and features of the keyboard and mouse and different types of profiles that you can do. I also cover seeing the newest lighting effects. If you search up G905 or different types of keyboards that you know the model number or whatever type of keyboard or mouse or device it is called, you can actually just search it up right over here in the newest lighting effects so that you can find the different types of effects that other people made so that you can download them and install it to your keyboard. Very, very, very cool. Again, you can go to freestyle and animations where you find the ones that you've downloaded. You would just click effects and then you'll see all the ones you've downloaded before. That pretty much covers everything that is within the actual Logitech G app. There's also explore the most popular gaming profiles. This is other people's profiles. I suggest you could go ahead and go through here and just look through there. Nothing that important of customizing your Logitech devices. And you can also visit the new Logitech G website, which I suggest going through that too to find any more features that I've missed. Maybe there's a couple new updates that maybe I've missed, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you go over here to the settings, you can actually go to persistence, my gear, which is my keyboard and mouse, and then everything else here. The app settings, you can actually change what type of application you are saved to actually. So you don't have to click through this and then select this to go in Fortnite mode. You can actually just go to settings and then go from there. But if you just change this, the default, then that changes the Fortnite application, whatever application you choose, to your default. I suggest going to the desktop as your default so that has no settings. You also go to persistent profile. You can actually change this to Fortnite so that my macros in Fortnite would actually work. All you have to do is click yes to confirm, and now Fortnite default is now active. If you go none, then none is activated. Now you go over here, go to desktop, and now everything is off. It's as simple as that. Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this and this helps you with the total entire overview of each and every feature that is available through the Logitech G app. If you enjoy, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.